there's still a lot of improvement required in Tamil Nadu as well. I don't think women should be second to men in anything. I think women should be at the same level, as men in everything. And I look at the Parliament House, I look at the Vidhan Sabhas, I look at the different states, and frankly, I don't see enough women in leadership positions. I don't see them leading enough companies, I don't see them leading enough states, I don't see enough of them in the Lok Sabha and the Vidhan Sabha. So one of the things that we've decided, in 2019, we're going to pass the Women's Reservation Bill in Lok Sabha, Vidhan Sabhas, and we're also going to reserve 33% of all government jobs at the national level for women. That's a starting point. That's a starting point, but I think it's an attitude. I think you cannot have women empowered in India unless the attitude towards women changes, and there is a lot that needs to change as far as the attitude towards women goes. And I'm a believer that women should be pushed into places of leadership. I think generally women are smarter than men. That's where I come from.
Thank you. Can we have Vishali, please? Vishali.
Hello, Rahul ji.
Hello.
I'm Vishali.
Nice to meet you.
First of all,
how are you?
Fine, sir.
Well?
How are you?
I'm well.
First of all, thank you for visiting our college. And my question is, the opposite party says demonetization has brought no good to the economy. If your party comes to power, what are the measures will you take to strengthen the economy?
Well, first, tell me, what do you think of demonetization? Did you like it? Did you like demonetization?
No, sir. No.
Do you think it was a good economic decision?
No.
So I think it's pretty clear the damage demonetization did. It's a pity that the Prime Minister didn't come and take your advice before he did demonetization, because he would have got the right answer, you know. One or two things. You can't have a negative, fearful atmosphere in the country. You can't have an atmosphere of discrimination in the country and then expect economic growth. Economic growth is directly related to the mood of the country. So the first thing we would do is we would change the mood of the country. We would move the country to a place where people feel empowered, happy, and to a place where people relate with each other in a pleasant, loving way. That's the first thing we do. The second thing we do is, we feel that the GST that has been imposed on the country is too complicated and it has too many different layers. There are 5 different layers of tax. This makes life very difficult for small and medium businesses, shopkeepers, and young entrepreneurs. Hopefully you might become one someday, successful one. So we are going to reform the GST and we're going to make it one simple tax and as low a tax as possible. Finally, have you heard of a man called Nirav Modi? You've heard of him? Have you heard of a chap called Anil Ambani? Heard of him? Mehul Choksi? Vijay Mallya? Now, what's common about all these people? They all left the country, yeah. And they took thousands and thousands of crores of rupees of Indian people's money. See, the money you gave or your parents gave in demonetization to the banking system, Mr. Narendra Modi gave to Nirav Modi. Right? So what we want to do is, we want to take the money that is going to 15, 17 corrupt business people like not Narendra, Nirav Modi. Nirav Modi, and open the banking system to entrepreneurs like yourself. So that young women, young men can go to the banks and take loans and build businesses and create jobs for India. How many jobs do you think Mr. Nirav Modi created for India? Nothing. I would bet you the government of India gave Nirav Modi 35,000 crores. I would bet you if the government of India or of the bank or the banks gave you, I'd say 30 lakhs, you would create more jobs than Nirav Modi did. I would bet you that. Because all Nirav Modi was a hollow shell for stealing money from India's banks. And I'm absolutely convinced that honest people like you would do what the country requires, which is create jobs. So those are the type of things that we would look at. What do you think about the levels of employment in India today? Do you feel comfortable that after leaving this wonderful college, you'll get a job easily? You don't feel that, right? Why do you feel India is not creating jobs? Why do you feel the number of jobs that India should be created are not being created? Huh? China, 24 hours, China creates 50,000 jobs. In the same 24 hours, according to the national government, India creates 450. And frankly, our main challenge in the next 10-20 years is going to be competition with China. And that is why I'm speaking to you. I'm here because I'm absolutely convinced that you're the people who are going to compete with the Chinese, and you're the people who are going to out-compete the Chinese. But we need to give you the tools to do it. We need to give you the environment to do it. We need to give you the finances to do it. We need to create that mood where you feel that you can make this country number one. Yeah?
All the best for your upcoming elections, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can we have Leona?
Vanakkam, Rahul.
Vanakkam.
What is that special quality that you imbibe from your mother?
From my mother, humility. That no matter how powerful a person is, no matter how weak a person is, regardless of who the person is, they always have an opinion, they always have a unique way of looking at the world, and one must respect that opinion and try to understand where that person is coming from, right? So when you're speaking to a person, look at the world not from your position, but look at the world from your position, right? For example, right now I'm speaking to you. I'm feeling uncomfortable that you are there and I'm here. No, actually, inside I'm feeling uncomfortable that I'm in this conversation. I would actually prefer to be there, or I would prefer you to be here. So that type of quality, that doesn't matter what your situation is, you respect everybody else and you listen to everybody else. And of course, as a mother, she taught me love, right? So that is also a central quality. What about your mother? What quality did you get from your mother?
It's affection towards everyone. Don't be harsh, be affectionate to everyone.
Okay. Do you have
and
brothers?
Respect. Yeah, I have a brother, elder brother.
Thank you. Next we have Lakshmi Menon. Lakshmi Menon.
Hello. Hello. Hello, Rahul.
Hello.
I hope you have a wonderful time in Stella. My question to you is, why is the opposition, that is your party, silent about issues that are actually affecting the common men? That
Like?
is like the PACL scam, the protest by paramilitary forces. You have so many unfilled posts in the government, and on and on and on.
Actually, protest by paramilitary forces, I am in conversation about a number of their demands. In fact, I have personally raised and committed to them that we will give them the status of Shaheed, which they do not have. And if you're talking about corruption, I mean,
also, sir, you didn't mention Robert Vadra with all the other names.
What about him? What about him? The government has every right and should investigate every single person. And the law should apply to everybody, no problem. However, the law must not apply selectively. The Prime Minister of the country himself has his name in government documents which are saying that he is directly responsible for negotiating parallelly with the Dassault company on Rafale. The CBI director at 1:30 at night is sacked. The Supreme Court says, bring the man back. The man is brought back. The Prime Minister sacks him again. The President of France says, the Prime Minister of India has told me personally himself in a meeting that Mr. Anil Ambani should get the Rafale contract. Nothing's happening. The Prime Minister doesn't comment about it. Everybody knows that the Prime Minister has stolen 30,000 crores and given them to Mr. Ambani. The whole country knows it. But why is there no investigation? Investigate everybody. Investigate Mr. Vadra. I'm the first person to say it. Right? But investigate the Prime Minister. And be absolutely crystal clear. Mr. Narendra Modi, for 1 minute, hasn't opened his mouth on Rafale. And the proof is unlimited, I'll tell you. HAL has been making aircraft for 70 years. Anil Ambani has never made an aircraft in his whole life. HAL gave 3,000 crores of its own money to the government of India. Anil Ambani has 45,000 crores of debt that he has not paid off. HAL has made the Mirage aircraft that went and bombed Pakistan. Not made, but maintains the Mirage Air Force that went and bombed Pakistan. Makes the MiG aircraft, Sukhoi, Jaguar. They have tremendous experience. On what basis did the Prime Minister personally remove HAL from the contract and give it to Mr. Ambani? Finally, the UPA government had negotiated a price of 526 crores for one aircraft. You know what Mr. Narendra Modi's new price is? 1,600 crores per aircraft. So he's almost tripled the price of the aircraft. But there's not a word from Mr. Narendra Modi or any agency investigating the man. So let's start there. The gentleman said that he didn't want to be Prime Minister, he wanted to be the Chowkidar. Well, let's get him to start doing that work. Why isn't he doing that work when it comes to himself?
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.